Hi everybody, Jessie here from jessiebanks.com and welcome back to another video. So I didn't get the floral I was working on done for today's Watercolour Wednesday and it is like 8 o'clock at night. So it ain't getting done for tonight. That's a horrible English. It is not getting finished this evening. There we go. Let's speak properly. So I decided that I wanted to give you guys something. Hang on, I just gotta move my chair here. So I figured we'd do a little practice that I've done for a long time. I do it with different shapes and things. I've seen it shown here on YouTube a few times and I've been doing it for a long time. So I picked out one of the colors that came in that watercolor lot that I picked up. It was the video before this. I'll put it in the cards if I can think of how to do that, the little eye, or in the cards at the end. If you want to see the ridiculous amount of paints I got and the doubles that are insane, but whatever. So I picked those up and I figured, well, we'll give a play with a color I've never used before. So I know this is a partial tube because it came in the lot and it was partially used. But this is Daniel Smith's Quinacridone Burnt Scarlet. It is PR206. That's a very pretty color. And I'm just going to do just an exercise I used to do, and it allows you to figure out keeping a consistent color in a bar. So we're going to do 5 different washes of the same color. One at full strength and then slowly washing it out into the lightest. So I've got my little glass plate here and I'm going to pull some pigment. I just put a little dollop out. I did a swatch card actually. I can do my second layer on my swatch card here while we're getting this one ready. It's a beautiful color. So I'm going to mix up a high pigment load of this, and then all I do is I take it and we do a consistent wash all the way across the spectrum to get just a nice solid shade of this color, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So I'm probably going to go outside the lines a little bit. I just marked them in pencil. It's really not a big deal. You could do this with circles, with ovals, with whatever you want. But the point is to get this color consistent all the way across. I am using, this is a round number 12 brush. This one I picked up just on Monday, so a couple days ago, to give a try. It is a HJ Kazan Gold series. It's a size 12 round brush. If I do need to lay out a little bit more pigment, I can do that, so that's no big deal. But you can see how I'm trying to get a consistent shade all the way across. I did not wet the paper prior, because it's not about doing gradients and washes. I will do those in another kind of like I guess they're not really lessons, but they're just kind of ways to learn how to control the medium a little better, because watercolor tends to have a mind of its own, and you want to be able to kind of have some sort of control as to what happens with your pigments on your paper. So that's kind of what we're after here, and then we'll just let it dry. I am going to have to put out a little bit more paint here. Let's clean off this brush while I let it sit. So the paper I'm using is just Canson XL paper. I wouldn't do this with real expensive paper. Expensive paper costs too much money to do something like this. I will pull out just a scrap of something that I have laying around here. One of these are my swatch cards, no big deal. I've just got one here, so that I can check the how strong our next color is. I know lots of people think that the lightest color is going to be the most difficult. It's definitely not, in my opinion anyway. I find that the middle 3 colors are the most difficult to get enough variation from, because we don't want all of them to be too dark, but you need them dark enough, right? So then you're just going to carry on onto your second one, doing the same thing, slightly lighter shade of the same color. And again, I'm not staying perfectly in those lines. That's fine. It's more about the consistency. As this paper ripples, it is probably going to pool in certain spots. But this is just a fun test to see all the variations that you can get without just doing a gradient wash. It's a little more challenging. Lets you get to know your pigment loads just a little bit more. So, then we'll go on to the third one here. I want to add a little more water to that, but not too much more water. Like I said, it's very difficult to find the right shade for every color. So that's part of the challenge, though, is just adding that little bit more water, pulling a little more pigment, not going too far because you've still got two more, like I've still got 2 more washes of this color to put in, so I don't want it to be, by the time we get to the bottom one, that there's no color. You want that consistent step down in shade range. I know it's hard to see with the light overhead because I'm filming at night, which is not ideal. I could go downstairs where I have better lighting. Oh, that was way out of the lines. But I'm honestly too lazy this evening. So this is what you get. But you can kind of see the purpose and what we're after here. Lighten that up a little bit more. Carrying on. These are just fun, quick little challenges to do and to learn your colors. It's fun to do with different colors, especially when you get new colors. If you've been doing this for a while, or if you're just kind of starting to figure out how to have control of your paint and how to get that variation with the same tube of paint, because there's a lot of different colors there already. And I mean, it's still just that one pigment, and it's not different versions of the same pigment, it's just a different different amount of paint in each one. So, but it's fun to do. I really enjoy doing little lessons like this. I hope you guys like these little quick tips like this. I guess we'll see how it goes over on the channel. I'm hoping to do some with Copics and things in the future as well, not just focusing on watercolors, although this is truly my favorite medium. But yeah, so you can see how you get those. So now we've got 4 consistent drop downs. I'm just going to let these dry, and I will come back as soon as they're dry and we will take a look at them. Alright, so here we go, it's all dry. I had a little issue here. I dripped some water on it and I tried to fix it, and I should have let it dry first. That is one thing you learn when doing these. Remember to always let things dry. But you can see our goal here is to get 5 different shades of the same color. And it is the same shade aside from this. But it is the same shade all the way across. And that's the challenge, is to try and get that to work. You can do smaller rectangles. I find it more challenging with the larger ones like this. So that is why I like to do them a little bit bigger, just to help me with my making sure I mix enough paint of the same color and all that kind of stuff. So that's simple and quick and just a fun little practice technique you guys can do. You can do them in circles, in squares, in any kind of shape you want. It helps you get acquainted with your paints, and it helps you become a little more comfortable with them, and they're not as intimidating as somebody thinks as soon as you start playing with them, especially when you realize that full, real dark, rich color that you can get out of it can also come out in a real pastel, soft, peachy tone in terms of this color. which is why white isn't a necessity. I use it a little bit. I tend to use it for like highlights on characters and stuff on cards, but it's not a necessity into making these pastel tones. Lots of water, a little bit of pigment, and the white of your paper can do all of that work for you. So if you're wanting to get more acquainted with your paints and stuff, I recommend giving this a try. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little watercolor tip. If you guys like these, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below. Then I know to do some more of them for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I do card tutorials and all sorts of things with a bunch of different mediums. This is just one thing I really enjoy playing with, so I'm really liking sharing it with you guys, and I think you guys are enjoying it. So I will see you guys in the next video, though. Bye for now.